That was a lovely story. I enjoyed that. Next up is Monica McClure. And she wishes she had been born a rich white girl, or better yet, a white male who believes he's genius. Her debut poetry collection, Tender Data, was published by Birds LLC this year.
Nako. When the people in power are anti-civilization and pro-tribal, litigious over the void, standing bow-legged across the opening where we hope to crawl up and nurse our young under the heat lamps of their groins. And the sun is a private park benevolently open to the adequately employed public. Who are your people? I saw them bringing me soup and putting their pierced tongues in my mouth when I couldn't fuck right in Spanish. Let the trucks pass by wailing of gas, sour morning song of Nakos. I want to hold the dry weed of my people inside me, paranoid and mute. Until the wet LA looks dries prickly on my bivalve body, I saw them freaking out in the cemetery last night, high as the afterlife. When Coca-Cola takes the water away, will you bathe in that viscous nectar you drink? I saw you sucking out our hangovers through my clit, as half my guilty heart went mushy. You were letting your jeans get pliable with unwashed and bus seats for all the gringas to scorn. My manners are beside the point if I don't use them. The people in the mountains aren't coming down anytime soon. So what's the point of trying to look not Nako with the not Nako polo shirt and not Nako gold chains, not Nako bone structure, not Nako height? I'll tell my people a story about a Spaniard on a white horse who fell in love at first sight with all of our great-great-grandmothers, so that every generation after had indigenous lovers of their own in the pantry room in secret. And that's not rape. Because that's not even true. It's just a nice story about a stallion and the emergence of the mestizo race. This Nako showed up in the darkness to choose me because my sister is cute, but I am cuter, he said with eyes a little limpid still. Because the exorcism didn't work when he was a child. The people were so crazy for Barbie dolls, just like all these city dogs hounding the hills, walking right up to my crotch, are crazy for plastic flesh to fang. After I die from slumming it, that'll be a good time to join the military and take bribes. Then do Nako things all day, like snarl at the passing tanks of military excess, and kiss your mother wetly on the mouth, her red rosary scraping your chest. And I'll come, Naka as I am, to your sister's bed, even when it's covered in dolphin print sheets and dry semen. Because I saw you whistling to your mother's bird and holding my hand on the traffic side, hoping to share my outlet molds of overflow and clean pussy. 'Cause I'm aspirational brands and tap water, fast food and bathroom attendants, speaking English with the German voice, secretly ranchita like a Nako. I saw my people scooping mayonnaise and chili into styrofoam cups and calling me mutt, as trashy as the unfortunate position that citizenship affords us with all its surplus hygienics and piety. Our children too will be Nako, and they'll sit on shards of plastic chairs, and they'll chase starving goats with sticks as our bass and accordions echo matcha in the spiritual mountains where a deal was made long ago to form a new tribe and tell everyone else to act civilized. Matcha. All my feelings are different, and this one is the most. Of all places, here where women once retired from the men for fear of boring them, I am so bloody in my own bath of wild hairs that I couldn't possibly join you for that colonial thing. Heroin or whore, Babylon or Bethlehem, no matter what, I'm followed by mosquitoes, flitting dicks who want me to teach them about themselves. But everything I know is contained in capsules of matcha that break down in my bloodstream, and I wouldn't recommend it for the fairer sex, who should buck up and study up on their condition. I used to feel sick for all my sloth, but not anymore. In wanting to please, I have sinned. In leaning in, I have sinned. In breaking into, I feel sin. So, Pythia, a haircut and a hard cock is all I need to govern a family, my rod, cutting them down, supplicant on the ground, for I was the first real white girl in this country of flat skulls. That's why I am so cocky with my staff and my rule rock hard and inconsistent with my favor. The mouths of lodge doors suckled well at my pre-war stockings before cocktail hour. Bells rang and trays of mosquitoes were served with tarts. We hadn't meant to kill them with our matcha, which includes, but is not limited to, a goddess religion, unfaltering at the altar of shade, and erotics of object identification and compassion extending beyond the grave. My sister and I drank mournfully, but afterwards we still danced all night, wearing quite literally bedazzled bustiers and veils of a dead boy's smoke. Gemala, after beating their macho dead in ultra-feminine swoops, how do they want us to think of them now? Our brothers, having left so little charisma behind on the internet to aggrandize. Such small mosquitoes. And though we are mourning, we are still so matcha as we chip the thin teeth of traitors and huff the scent of babies and slap each other on the asses and father 7 times and punish the bull with its own marbled horns. But though we're cocky, we are still martyrs. My sister says, "Keep the la matcha," and I'm like, why? It's okay to make up slogans in the spirit of revolution, and she's like, okay, but after you systemically destroy machismo, you must put his teeth to gnash at your engorged breast for any sort of catagenesis to occur. And I'm like, that could be hot. But it isn't the new love conceived by and for matcha, or is it? I really decay. So we taught our brothers all these methods of cameo that they may take a small symbol of matcha to wear around their necks to the part of culture where the money used to be kept. May they remember the strength of their mothers' biceps as they show mercy to their fathers who are teleological to the end of supremacy, which is the beginning of matcha. Kiss the black lips that feed you, the corn hips that rock you, blight the prayers after you've said them. Santa Mala, Madre de Mala, ruego por nosotros pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Hand me my beads, war without end. Amen.